Hi guys, this is Rich Rodriguez. It's Friday, and I decided to start doing videos on Friday with just for fun videos. Not something that is always about earning money or doing this or doing that. Because if you follow this link right here, you're gonna earn money whether you're doing things just for fun or not. So this video is just for fun, and every single Friday I'm gonna do a just for fun video. So remember, on my channel what I talk about is mindset and motivation. And I talk about long-term income. So if you want to make long-term income, make sure and follow the link down below. And you can make income while you're doing the things you want to do, while you're out on vacation, while you're out at the mall shopping, while you're doing things with family that we've always wanted to do. Now let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, the program I'm talking to you about is called Pixelit. It's a free program. I downloaded it for Android. I'm not sure if they have it for Apple products. Sorry guys, I'm not sure, I don't know. But this is for Android. And you're gonna go ahead and click on Pixelit. Open up Pixelit. What we want to do here is, let's say we want to animate this picture of this cow licking a Bluebell ice cream quart, I believe it is, or half quart, or half a gallon. We're going to go ahead and animate that. We want to get this liquor, this ice cream liquor, to be animated. So in order to animate it, it's really not that hard. What we're going to do is we're going to click on animate, and we're going to tell it what we want to animate. We're going to click on this tongue right here. We want to click on the tongue. We want to animate this tongue. And if we want to see, I've clicked on it 3 times. So if we want to see what we animated on this tongue, we're going to go ahead and tell it what path we want the tongue to take. We want the tongue to take like that, right? We want it to go up several times, right? Okay, now that I've told it what animation we want it to be, or which direction we want it to go in, we're going to go ahead and go to the next page. See how the tongue is licking up, licking up? Okay, well that's great, but we don't want this Bluebell ice cream to move. So we want to anchor that. We want to keep this steady. See how it's steadying it out? And I'm going to click on it several spots. Wherever it seems to be moving, I'm going to click on it. We don't want it to move there, we don't want it to move there, we don't want it to move there. We want it to stabilize this ice cream. We don't want that to move. We don't really want the ground around it to move. See how it stabilized the ice cream? Now these white dots are going to move, or they're going to disappear. So we can actually put them several spots. We don't want his nose to move, or her nose to move. His, her, whatever, it's his. We don't want the nose to move, okay? We don't want the ground to move. So we're gonna click on several places here in the ground. We want only the tongue to move. We don't want the lower part of the mouth to move. We only want the tongue. Look, we still have some movement over here in the ground. It's kind of make the picture look stupid. Even more silly than we want it to actually look. Okay, we got a little bit of the ground moving there, a little bit of the ground moving there. And that looks pretty good. Let's throw a couple extra in there just to make sure that we're not moving anything we don't want to move. Okay, part of the down right there. And now notice we're just moving the tongue, right? Okay. The tongue's moving. It looks kind of nasty, but the tongue's moving. Now this right here, if you notice, this is the duration of how long it's going to move before it resets and the tongue starts again. And if we're happy with it, if we're happy with what we have, we can go ahead and save it. So we can go up here and we can ship this out and we can save it. We can go to the quality. The highest quality is going to be 4K, but you're actually going to have to pay for the program if you want to go that. Same thing with 2K. But for free, we can do it in 1080p. Now we can tell it how long we want it to go before it resets. Let's not make it too long because it's just one little lick, right? We'll say 18 seconds, and we're going to go ahead and export it in the original size of the picture that we have right now. We can go ahead and hit export. And it's doing its exporting right now. And now that it's done, it's exported it, and we can actually send it to somebody, or right now it's just saved in my gallery. So let's go back to the gallery and we'll take a look inside my gallery. And there it is. You can see this is the movie. This is the one that's been saved. And if I wanted to hit play video, you're going to see that the tongue is moving. Looks like I missed a few pieces right here. So we can go back in there and fix that the same way we just did it just now. So what I can do is open up Pixelit. I can click on Pixelit and I can just say, hey, I'm not exactly happy with where it is, so I'm going to close that out and I'm going to do a few more anchorings. See how it's moving right there? Anchor it there. Oh, I'm going to anchor it there, 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 there. I'm going to go happy with this clicking on the anchoring. I just don't want this thing moving. The tongue looks good, not moving a lot. Again, I didn't move it a lot. You can do it a lot. I mean, you could zigzag with it like the geometry. You can do things like that. I've animated water. I've animated several other things. You can animate a whole bunch of things. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a lot of extra clicks on it here. Now I'm using my mouse in order to show you how to do this without my finger. Do this with my finger, but then you wouldn't see the little beautiful blue line around my finger here. Now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and export it. I think that'll probably do it. We're gonna hit play just to see where it's at, which is what I should have done to begin with. And I don't know if you can see the tongue move. I can see the tongue move slightly, but it's actually fairly small. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this over to about 18 seconds where I was before, and I'm gonna go ahead and export it. All right, now that it's done, let's close this out, and we're going to go ahead and go over to my pictures, and we're going to take a look at it here. We're going to play it and see where it moves. Okay, I don't really see the ground moving. I see a tiny bit right there, but almost so little you can't even really notice it. And that looks pretty darn good. So anyway, it's that simple to move. I've actually moved other pictures. I have other pictures that I've actually animated. Let's see if I can go back in here and find them. I have animated, actually I animated a flag, an American flag, and I animated this picture here. This is a picture of me and my puppy the first time I ever took him to the ocean. So this is just a still picture right here. Now this is what it's going to look like when I show you that I animated. I kind of played around with this one. This is just my finger. I kind of played around, but I animated all of the water around it. Now I think this is the very first picture I ever did. So it kind of makes you queasy because I'm kind of bouncing around over here. But let's take a different picture. This one right here. This is just a picture of a candle with a flame. Now I animated the flame and kind of messed around with it. You can kind of do things like that. This right here, I don't like this, but you know, I kind of animated it and played around with it. And then there's that. As soon as this is done, I'll be able to get out of it. Okay. Let's see what else I animated. Oh, this one here. I took a picture while I was at work, and this is just a screensaver with these bubbles move during the screensaver. But since I didn't take video, I just took a still picture. These bubbles are just like you see there, right? But I animated them. I hit play, and I kind of animated them, kind of messed with it a little bit. This is just something that I was kind of testing out and noticing that this part of my glasses are moving. I didn't want that. So this is just something that I was kind of actually screwing around with. And if you notice, this is another one. It's just a picture I found online. I started to play with this one. This is the still picture. And if you hit play, I actually animated the water that's moving down here. What I did was I made sure and anchor the beach and this dog's paws so they wouldn't move as the water moves. And that just kind of gives you an idea of what it's like. Now this is actually probably the better one that I've done. I've only done I think 4 or 5 of them, but this is probably the best one that I've done so far. And of course I had to anchor all of this up here. But I think it's pretty neat. It's something fun, and it's fun for Friday, so go out there and make something fun and make it happen. Remember, we make our own futures, so make yours a good one.